Hey lovelies, welcome to all the girls out there. I hope that you guys are all having a splendid and amazing day so far. So, today I wanted to talk about why looks matter and the importance of investing in yourself and your looks. And now this might sound a bit counterintuitive, especially because me being a Muslim girl wearing hijab, it's like, oh, you're not supposed to, invest in your looks, blah, blah, blah. But let me get to the point. So, over the past couple of days, like the past couple of weeks, I've just been, I don't even know what to call it. I've trapped myself inside the house. Like I've not left the house and I've definitely not looked after myself to the degree that I should have been. And so like I was just I don't know, I just didn't give my everything into my looks. Um and I guess wasn't following up with the routines that I had. And I remember feeling so crap and so like bad about myself and looking at myself in the mirror and feeling like, wow, not liking what I saw in the mirror. And it wasn't even a case of feeling insecure, feeling like I am an ugly person. Like, no, Alhamdulillah, I'm beautiful and I've been blessed with that. And whenever I do have these times where I feel down, it's not that I feel like I'm ugly, but it feels like I'm not reaching my fullest potential. And yeah, so it just feels like I'm not as pretty as I know as I can be. Like I'm not giving it my all. So it's not a case of feeling like, oh no, I'm not a pretty person. No, it's not that. But it's like, why am I not feeling like that? Why have I not pushed myself to reach that potential where I am feeling good? And so I was just feeling very down, and I really didn't like it. Like I didn't know what to do. So then what must have happened is I just had a really good shower, like a really nice shower, and I lathered myself, and put on my okay, I'm gonna say karate. Karate is shea butter in my language. In the Wolof language, we say karate. So if you hear me saying that, that's what I mean. But yeah, loving myself in that and whatever, and cream myself and oiled myself, and it felt so good. And I was like, wow, like this is all it took. Like I didn't even know it would it would make that much of an impact. And so I was like, let me take it further because one thing I know about myself is people tell me I'm crazy and I don't have a lot of upper lip hair, but when I remove my upper lip hair, yeah, it makes the most, like it makes such a difference to my face. And when I get fresh braids, that combo, oh my gosh, who is she? And it just makes my hijab look so like flat and put together. And so I decided to go and remove my upper lip hair and get braids done. Which, by the way, guys, I could not survive those braids. I got a different style this time, and I was done for a week because my head was so tight. But that's besides the point. It felt good and it looked nice, and I think when you invest in yourself, like number one, you teach yourself that you're worthy of looking good and being looked after. And it's like you have to look after yourself, especially once you reach a certain age. You know, when you're a child, your parents look after you, your mom looks after you. And so it's kind of their responsibility to make sure that you're okay. But at a certain age, your mom's no longer going to shower you. She's not going to cream you. She's not going to be doing all those things for you. So you have to take that step and take that initiative. And it's showing yourself that, like, I actually care about you. I care about your body. You deserve to be looked after. You know, when you're young, if your mom was to, like, not shower you, not feed you, it's neglects. You're going to look at the mom or the father or whatever, like, you're not looking after your child. Like this is absolutely wrong. Like you're not taking care of them, and so they're neglectful mother. And if you don't look after yourself, you're basically being you're neglecting yourself. You're not looking after the body that you've been gifted with, the body that you have to roll around with. And it's so important to teach yourself that you are worthy of that. And there's something that it does when you shower, you pamper yourself, and you just feel put together. You're able to get through so much. You're able to do so much. You feel like, yes, I can get through the whole day. I can do everything just because you've taken that initiative to look after yourself and pour into yourself. It's not even a matter of trying to look good for the outside world, but just knowing that you fulfilled your fullest potential. It's not about changing your body or changing your shape or changing something about yourself to please other people, but it's about giving your body, I guess, it's about pouring into yourself so that you can reach the best like potential. Your body is doing the best that it can, your skin is doing the best that it can, and your body is feeling refreshed, if you know what I mean. Because for me, boy, it changed. I also bought new earrings. I wish I could show you guys. I bought some earrings and I put it in. I didn't know it was gonna make that much. I didn't know it was gonna make that much of a difference, but it did, alhamdulillah. And the other thing that I want to get onto is that as a hijabi as well, it is super important. Like, I think the something that we're all guilty of, and I am myself, is as hijabis, we feel like, well, no one's gonna see it. Your hair is messy, no one's gonna see it. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna put on my hijab anyway. I do this, I've done this, I'm guilty of it, I'm not even gonna lie. And sometimes it is practical, because who actually has time all the, like every 2 seconds to be stressing out? Like, even as a non-hijab, like when I didn't wear hijab, sometimes I would just slap on a turban because I didn't have time. Like, that happens. Or what girls, my girlies who slap on wigs because they don't have time, like no one's gonna see the messy corners underneath. I get that, I get 100%. But at the same time, it's so important to look after yourself underneath, because the whole point of us wearing hijab is to cover our beauty in order to protect it. And what happens is, when you are constantly, neglecting your body underneath, not looking after it, let's say not working out, not moisturizing it, not doing your hair, looking after yourself, you now start to wear your hijab out of shame, out of you're covering your body because there's something to hide, because you don't like it. Whereas that's not why we're wearing it. We're wearing it to protect our body, because what is underneath is valuable. And if you don't pour into that, you're not going to treat it like it is valuable, because you've neglected it. You feel like, oh, I'm hiding it because I'm ashamed of it. And so even wearing hijab becomes difficult, because you feel like underneath you don't look good, and then on the outside you're hiding it. And so when is it ever that you do look good? When is it ever that you do feel good? And even when, let's say, you're covering and then you try and look good on the outside, don't get it twisted. Of course, everyone wants to look presentable. You're not going to go out looking silly, but when you do go out on the outside, that's when you're dressing up. And it's like, again, number one, that's not how it's meant to work. But number two is like, your body underneath, you're supposed to be pouring into that. If you do the stuff to make you feel good about your body, you work out, you buy the products, lather it, look after yourself, look after your skin, shower, all these things, you're going to be happy with the body underneath. You're going to be proud of it. And so when you're covering it, you know what's underneath it. You know that you've spent your time and your effort pouring into that body and looking after it. And when you do go out, when you do cover yourself, you don't feel crap about yourself, because you know what is underneath is so good. And whoever wants access to that, whoever wants to be able to see that, they have to work for it. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to feel crap about covering yourself. Don't get it twisted as well, that the media is out there and sometimes it is difficult. I know it can be hard. But at the same time, if you pour into your body underneath like your hijab, your veil, once you start wearing it, you're wearing it out of honor. You're wearing it because you're protecting the body that's underneath, the body that you've took your time and effort to pour into, and you know that you don't want anyone and everyone touching it. You don't want anyone and everyone having access to it. However, if you sit there and neglect that and just act like, oh, well, no one's going to see it, and then you feel crap, well, then why? You're not covering it out of protection. You're not covering it out of like love for the body. You're covering it out of shame. Oh, my body underneath, I don't like it. Oh, it's I don't know, the skin is uneven, or I don't like my body shape, I've not blah blah blah. But you're not even trying to pour into it. And a lot of people, when they know people are going to see their body, people are going to see their hair, people are going to see them, that's when you start to put effort into things. I'm going out, people are going to see me now. I need to make sure I look good. And so you're doing all these things like for other people. So when people are not seeing your body, you feel like it's okay to neglect it because no one else is going to see it. You don't feel the need to go to the gym and work out so that you can get your dream body because you feel like nobody's going to see it. There's no point. You don't feel the need to invest in the products to get the nice, shiny, glowing skin that you want and on your body because it's fine. Nobody's going to see it. You don't feel the need to invest in these things, and that's not the point. That's not how it goes. Invest in it, go to the gym, get that membership, or do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, or you know what's best for your body to thrive. It's not about nobody's gonna see it, so I don't need to work out, I don't need to take care of myself. No, it's not about that. And you're teaching yourself it's about other people, it's about what other people see, it's about how other people see myself, not about how I see myself. And that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be about how other people see you, how other people perceive your body. It should be about how you are looking after it and looking after what God has given you. Like, God has blessed you with an amazing body and he's asked you to look after it and to protect it. It's nothing to do with being ashamed of it. He wouldn't want you to be ashamed of the body that he's given you, but it's valuable. And so you need to treat it like it's valuable. Instead, but this is not even only for hijabis. This is just for like everyone, all of you girls out there need to understand like your body is so valuable and it deserves to be poured into, and not for the sake of impressing people on the outside world. Like I said, like I get it. When you go out, you don't want to look like a fool. However, look after yourself. And when you're at home, you might want to be comfortable. Fine, be comfortable, but look after your body whilst being comfortable. Like, there's nothing wrong with wearing tracksuits at home and stuff. Like, a lot of people say dress up at home. That's fine, but sometimes you can dress up in a tracksuit and feel comfortable. That's fine. But in a way that you still look presentable and you still looking after yourself, so that when you go out, it's not solely for the fact of I want people to see me in this way. Do you see yourself in that way? Because are you really treating yourself in that way? Are you holding that integrity every time you step out of the house and you show people, look, this is how I treat myself, but then when you come home you don't treat yourself that way? You're not going to believe it. You're not going to even feel good about yourself, because it's like when you go out you feel good about yourself, and then when you come home you don't. Because as soon as you come home, it's like, well, no one's going to see my hair, so it doesn't really matter. No, take the time to pour into yourself. Teach yourself that you are worthy of that. Like, your body deserves to be honored. It deserves to be looked after. You deserve to be looked after. You don't need to go out and seek validation from other people. You're not pouring into yourself, into your looks for other people. Like, it should be for yourself. The reason why people respect you when you go out and you look put together is because they look at you and see that she's someone who takes time to pour into themselves, and that's why they respect you. It's not a matter of, oh, like, don't get twisted. Everyone has their like attraction, whatever, but people can see you're someone who takes the time to look after yourself and pour into yourself. And that's the main thing. But if you're only doing that when you're outside, what are you doing? Like, you're basically creating a facade for yourself and for other people, because you only care about what others think about you. You don't actually want to pour into your body. So here's what I'm saying. For my hijabis and my non-hijabis, make sure you take time to pour into your looks. Like, don't forget, it's not haram to do makeup. It's not haram to do your hair. It's just a matter of who you do it in front of. And so if you're at home in front of mahrams, or you don't have or only girls, like, you are able to feel free and look cute. Like, I'm not opposed to that. Like, you need to be in those spaces where you allow yourself to feel good, and you honor yourself and you honor your body, and you don't feel ashamed of it no matter what. Yeah, that's all I have to say. It's not about going out and only looking good when you go out. because you're not trying to prove yourself to other people. You're trying to pour into your body, look after it, and cover it so that people only get access to it. Because all of that time and that effort that you've put into honoring your body, only the right people should get access to it. You shouldn't be going out and trying to prove yourself to other people. And I know it's difficult, but it definitely becomes more easier to not have to look at the outside world, not have to seek that validation from the outside world. When you switch it around, when you look good at home, when you look good on the inside and around certain people, and then on the outside, it's like, I'm looking after myself. Don't get twisted. I'm not going to say go out looking like some ragamuffin, but also like take care of yourself. Make sure you look put together, but not with the intention of attracting anyone. Just to actually be put together, like you said, with your whole integrity, but not with the intention of completely, like severely beautifying yourself. And plus, you know what? It's kind of a little bit fun because you create a little bit of mystery to yourself, because it's like, you know that you have all of this underneath, or all of this like personality, all of this just like beauty and stuff underneath, and like no one knows what they're missing out on. It's like, ha ha ha. I don't know. It's just a bit like, it's kind of like cheeky. I kind of like it. Like, it's kind of like, you don't even know what's going on. Like, yeah. But yeah, that's basically my message. I just want you to understand that it is important to look after yourself and pour into yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. And just make sure that it's done in the right way and for the right reasons. So to all the girlies out there, pour into your looks, invest into yourself, buy that piece of clothing that you want to wear at home, the makeup, the whatever. It's important to look good. And one of my big goals in life, inshallah, is to just be able to hold more events where girls can be around each other, and just girls only events. I feel like if we're around girls, you have more opportunities to style yourself, have your hair out and look cute in a way where where you don't always have to cover in front of non-mahrams. And even this doesn't even have to be for hijabis only. There's certain girls who generally don't feel comfortable around guys, and I get that. I understand. We need more spaces where it's only girl events and girls are safe to look cute and take off their hijabs. It shouldn't have to be this difficult. Like, it shouldn't have to be this hard. And so for anyone who is feeling like it is difficult, I do understand. It's okay. Just make sure that you just look after yourself and keep making dua, keep having trust in God, and keep investing in your looks. That's all I have to say. And by investing in your looks, I mean being the best version of the looks that you already have, not changing your face completely. And I'm definitely not gonna recommend that. But I am gonna say, do the best that you can with what you have. Anyway, that was my tangent. I hope you guys took away from that. Thank you for being here and listening to me talk. I'm saying, and all of that good stuff. Everything's gonna be in the description. Again, I did mention my last episode. Don't know if you know about it now, but I'm just gonna say I've started up one-on-one. I can't even talk. I've started up one-on-one coaching. Alhamdulillah, for the girls who just need help, guidance and stuff on their journey to self-development and growth and whatnot. It's always been on my heart to be able to help you guys as much as I can. And so the one-on-one coaching is literally tailored specifically to you. Obviously, with me, with these podcasts and stuff, I can only speak generically, whereas the coaching will be designed for you and your specific problems. Because I know that a lot of the time we find these self-development people online, or these coaches and stuff, and a lot of the time they don't align with our values. I learned, being a Muslim girl, there's a lot of things that they say online, and it's like, well, I don't really indulge in these things. Again, like, my coaching is not only for Muslims. However, I am a Muslim, so a lot of the things that I do endorse in will be based on my faith, but it's mainly but the idea of it is to be able to guide you and help you while staying true to your values and not having to, always conform, because sometimes I feel like they don't understand the fact that you don't believe in this and that. And so, yeah, I'll put that in the description for ya. And oh, yeah, that's what I want to say. There is a free discovery call as well. So you get to talk to me for free. It's about like half an hour. We can chat, see where it is, just to see if it's for you as well, because it might not be, you might not align with it, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's enough. I've been talking a lot. I also have a Ramadan guide. Put that in the description. Make the most of your Ramadan. You know what I mean? And again, waffling and waffletty, but I loved talking to you. Thank you guys for listening to me the whole day, and I hope that I'll see you next week, inshallah, or whenever it is that I post again, inshallah. I hope you guys are all doing amazing, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Mwah. You're not looking after this child. Like, what's wrong with you? Hey, Aisha, I'm recording, Aisha, I'm recording. I'm